and welcome to the students. Okay, we are here to tell you more about the pre-engineering program. I'm sure many of you may have attended the faculty, what they call it, faculty orientation, which we had. But in addition to the faculty orientation, we normally have a program orientation. That is what we are here for. Okay? So my name is Edwin Ekwe. I'm the Dean Faculty of Engineering. Okay? So before we start, we need to introduce more colleagues to you. And I'll start by introducing the Deputy Dean, Dr. Sheris Griffith-Charles. Okay? So Charles, want to tell them any just introductory statement or something?
Good morning to you all and welcome to the Faculty of Engineering and welcome to the pre-engineering program. I'll have more to say later. Welcome.
Very good. I don't know whether Mrs. Fletcher Coburn is around, our AO.
No, but not attending.
Oh, she's not here, okay. And what of the Dean Secretary? Nikisha? Is she there?
Yes, good morning. I'm here. Welcome to everyone to our academic advising session, and I hope the students pay close attention to the courses and the programs that they would have to register for this semester. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask us during the course of the session this morning. And thank you, Prof.
Okay, very good. The program secretary, Mrs. Pagan Alexander, you something to tell them?
Hi, good morning, Prof, and good morning, Deputy Dean Nikisha, and welcome to all you new students. We welcome you to the Faculty of Engineering, and you're here to have a good time, a productive time. So take all the information you can and feel free to communicate with us any issues you may have.
Very good. So most of the time when you'll be communicating mainly with the program secretary, okay? Ms. Megan Alexander. Many of you may have started communicating with her already, okay? So please continue. She will be your main contact, okay? In terms of communication. And let's now introduce the lecturers to Mr. Mohammed, please. Hello?
Yes, he's here.
Is he around?
Yes, he's here.
Oh, okay. If you can just greet the students, later on we'll call you to explain more, okay? But just initial greeting.
Hi, good morning, students. Welcome, and my name is Akim Mohammed, and I'll be your lecturer for the pre-eng chemistry. Hope to see you guys have some fun and at the same time learn some chemistry. So congrats and welcome.
Very good, okay? So he'll be speaking to you a little later. He'll be in charge of your chemistry. Ms. Bhutan, please.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the pre-engineering program. I look forward to teaching you guys and working with the mathematics that you have had before and building onto the undergraduate mathematics program.
Okay, very good, okay? So Ms. Bhutan will explain to you a little better later, okay? She will be in charge of your mathematics. Then Mr. Budai. Mr. Budai? Is he around? Okay, maybe he will join us later. If not, Mr. Palmer will be in charge of physics. Mr. Palmer, please. Okay, maybe he's on his way. Okay. Okay, so we'll say again, welcome to the Faculty of Engineering. I'm sure you're going to enjoy the program. Last year, all our students did very well, but all of them finished in flying colors. So I have no doubt that with efforts from your own side and with the help of your lecturers, all of you will also do very well. We are very hopeful. Okay? This is 1 year. You need to be in the system. And then once you do well, we are going to admit you directly to level 1 engineering. Any program you are going to choose yourself, okay? And some of you, as you may have heard, we have 5 departments in the Faculty of Engineering. We have Department of Chemical Engineering. We have Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering. We have Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering. We have Department of Dramatics Engineering and Land Management. And we have Department of Mechanical and Manufacturing Engineering. So by the time you have finished your 1 year, you decide, you will choose the department you want to belong. But we need to advise you now that we are going to have 2 chemistry courses. We have pre-engineering chemistry 1 and pre-engineering chemistry 2. All of you are meant to do pre-engineering chemistry 1. Everybody will do that. And then those of you who would like to continue to chemical engineering, okay, in your first year, must then do pre-engineering chemistry 2. And those of you that are not interested in doing that, we have another course you're going to do as an alternative course in something on engineering drawing. Okay? So if your interest is in chemical engineering, please pay particular attention to pre-chemistry 1, because when you finish that, you are now going to continue to pre-chemistry 2. But if you are not interested in knowing chemical engineering in your level 1, then you are only you will only be expected to do pre-chemistry 1. Okay? So I don't know whether the Deputy Dean has other things to say. Please go on, please.
Yes, I would like to share some documents to make it a little more clear what the Dean has been informing you about. Well, first of all, you're here for the academic advising segment of your orientation. I hope that most of you attended the faculty orientation. So this is just your program academic advising session. Are you seeing the screen? The registration procedure. Is that visible? Yes. So you see here the process. First you have to get your registration information, which we're providing you with here, and then, well, the normal process is that you register for GATE e-service ID for those persons who wish to access GATE. But we are recommending that since GATE only pays for 1 undergraduate program, that you don't access GATE for the certificate program if you intend to move on to the undergrad program. And then, well, then you have your academic advising, which we will be doing with you. We're giving you information as to what courses you need to select before you go on to select your courses online. You'll be able to select your courses online via your account that you use to come into the university to make your application. And then every student has to enroll in FEPE to obtain financial clearance. It's new and it's mandatory. And this is the way that you will get your financial clearance and the way you will pay for your program. There are options to pay all at once or pay in installments your registration fees. Then you'll get your UEID or smart card. And there is a process for persons who are here to come onto campus to actually get your ID physically, but that will be by appointment. But you're also advised to maintain your financial clearance at all times to ensure that you'll be able to do your exams, that you'll be able to access your courses via My e-learning. So keep checking, ensure that you maintain your financial clearance, that it doesn't become overdue because you would lose access to the resources provided. Okay, I will now show the booklet. This booklet will give you a lot of information about the regulations and syllabuses, although your lecturers will give you more information, more detailed information and an outline of your individual syllabus for the individual course. So this gives you some information. It gives you the calendar. You have to keep to your deadlines. It gives you a message from the dean and a lot of information on the regulations that you should read through and ensure that you're following those regulations. Right? And those regulations, most of them will be particular to the certificate in pre-engineering. Right? So you'll read that through at your leisure. It gives you also a schedule of the courses and a brief synopsis of the individual courses that you will be doing, which you will read. And as I said, it will be explained. Each one will be explained in more detail by your individual lecturers. And the last document I want to share with you is the academic advising form. So this will give you specific details about what you are required to register for. For most of you, it would be the first trimester's set of courses. So you have ENGR 0308, Innovation, Technology, and Entrepreneurship, which is this letter and number pertain to the type of assessment. So C is by coursework. The number of credits is next. So 3 credits. Which means that you will not have a final exam. Then you have ENGR 0304, Pre-Engineering Mathematics 1, which is by examination, 4 credits. ENGR 0306, Pre-Engineering Physics 1, E3, by examination, 3 credits. And ENGR 0309, Pre-Engineering Chemistry 1, by examination, 3 credits. So this is the form that we want you to fill out. Give your name and your signature. You can put it on digitally, or you can print and sign and re-upload it and send the form back to the pre-engineering email address that you have been in contact with. And I will also sign. So this will ensure that you're aware of the contract we've made with you, that these are the courses you will be registering for, and then you proceed to online registration. Okay, so it is fairly straightforward for most of you. I know there may be a few specific individuals who may, for example, have a 1 at Cape, Unit 1 and 2, and we may look at the exemption for the mathematics, right? So if you have a 1 in mathematics, but for most of you, these are the courses, you tick them off, which you will have to register for in this first trimester. Okay, so those are the documents I feel necessary for you to be aware of in this academic advising. And I will turn you back over to the Dean, Professor Ekwe. Thanks. I don't know if you will take questions from the students. Prof? Oh, it's not here at the moment. Okay, so I don't know if all of you will be have received your offer letters and would like to are in the process of registering or will accept the offer of the pre-engineering program, but we hope that all of you do. I'm seeing a question: how does PPay work exactly? The information is on the website, University Campus website, and there's even a video that shows you how you log on to it, but it's fairly straightforward. You log into your site and you log on to FeedPay, you accept that you are on the FeedPay plan, and then you can pay your registration fee for the courses that you have registered for. It will show you what courses you've registered for, and you would be able to pay online. I think you also would have an option if you still want to go into the bank and pay and then upload your receipt, but it would be easier for you to pay via credit card, via a debit card as well. Okay. I see a question: if you have a 1 in Cape Physics Unit 1, are you exempt from any courses? Well, it would have to be that you have a 1 in both Physics Unit 1 and Unit 2, and then we will look at exemptions from the physics pre-engineering. Right. But we will address those individually, those issues. Prof, are you there?
Yes, Deputy, I'm around, yes. Okay, very good then. Yes. Okay. Do they have questions before we continue? Or is it, I think it's better for the lecturers to talk to them now, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So let's start from Mr. Kim Mohammed. Can you please expatiate on how the chemistry is going to come on?
Okay,
so before we start, sorry, 1 minute. Megan, do we have the timetable already?
Prof, no, the timetable is not finalized as yet.
Okay.
And based on 1 or 2 questions that the students asked, some student ID numbers have not yet been issued, so they would get it as soon as we receive it. And some students have not replied with the offer reply form confirming acceptance, so we need them to do that as well.
Okay, okay, very good. Okay, so Mr. Kim, please tell them more about the chemistry course.
So good morning again, students. So the chemistry course, there are basically 3 parts of the chemistry course. There's the fundamentals of chemistry that we'll be doing, inorganic chemistry as well as organic chemistry. So the way the course is, there are 12 sections, so 12 topics essentially. And the way we'll do it, we'll do a topic. And when you get your course outline, you will see how the topic is broken down. So we'll start with the fundamentals, then into structure of atom and so on. And we also have a tutorial to coincide with each lecture. So when you're doing a lecture, don't get scared if you actually don't understand something. In the moment, you can ask me, but we'll also do questions in the tutorial sessions directly correlated to what we did in class. Furthermore, for your examinations and your assessments, wherever we do in class, as well as the tutorials, it's very, very important that you understand what you are doing in class and the tutorials, because that will be greatly influence what is on the final and also the course assessments. So in the course, it will be delivered virtually. So usually there's a lab component, but with the COVID pandemic, we can't actually do the labs face-to-face, so the labs will be done virtually. You have 5 labs to do, and these 5 labs, you will get some results and some video demonstrations of how these labs are to be performed. I encourage you, when you are looking at the videos, try to pay particular attention to the technique that the people use. I mean, unfortunately, we can't be in the labs, but as just the pandemic has us in this position. So you'll have 5 labs, and the way the course is, the labs, each lab is worth 4%. Your assessments, I think, are worth 40%, and your final exam, 40%. So that's essentially the breakdown of the chemistry. As we go along into the course, you'll realize how detailed we go. Also, the prerequisite is that you have some knowledge at the O level, at the CSEC level chemistry. And so the pre-engineering is essentially a little bit above the O level, right? So you need to brush up on your chemistry a little bit. So when we actually start classes, you won't be too lost. But again, I'll be taking it step by step, slowly. And anytime you don't understand something, feel free to ask me. I'm always ready to answer your questions. So that's essentially it for me. I'll hand you over to Professor.
Okay, thanks a lot, Mr. Hakim Mohammed. Okay, so students, you can hold on with your questions. Okay, after the lecturers have spoken, then you can go on and ask your questions. Okay, or you want to ask now? Yeah, let me allow you to ask now. Okay, you have any questions for Mr. Hakim Mohammed before you forget what the question is all about? Anybody, if you have any question, just put on your mic and ask. Okay, just put on your mic. Don't be afraid. Okay.
Yeah, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid. All of us are friendly people. Okay. So just put on your mic and ask the question.
Hi, Mr. Mohammed.
Yeah, go on. Just Stuart.
Good morning. This is Stuart.
Okay, Stuart, talk, please.
Yes, you said the chemistry had 3 sections. You said the fundamental, the organic. What was the 3 sections you mentioned?
And inorganic chemistry.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay, very good. Any other question? Mr. Batola, so you want to apply for civil industrial courses. No matter what you want to apply for, okay, you have to do all the prescribed courses. 30 credits on the whole. The only difference, as I said, if you want to do chemical engineering in your first year, then you need to do pre-chemistry 1 and pre-chemistry 2. Okay? If not, for any other course you want to do, you can only do pre-chemistry 1. In the second semester, we're going to give you another course, chemical and engineering drawing. Okay? Does that answer your question? But whether you want to do mechanical, industrial, no difference is the chemistry. Okay. Any other questions for Mr. Hakim Mohammed? Okay. Can we go to mathematics, please? Anastasia Button, please.
Before you go on, Yes, I see somebody's asking about would any exemption be considered for the pre-engineering? Mrs. Amrit Prasad is asking, would any exemption be considered for the pre-engineering chemistry courses if I have done introduction to chemistry courses in the BSc minor in chemistry at the university? Now, to get any exemption, what happens is that you have to request the exemption. The lecturer will have to ensure that whatever you have done is exactly the same as the course that in pre-engineering. All the content is the same, and as well that you have been very successful in whatever course you did. And then we can consider an exemption for that particular course. So if you have some qualification and you want to present it along with the outline, the course outline, and your transcript showing what you achieved in it, we can consider an exemption for that particular thing. But the Mr. Mohammed will have to look at it, look at the course content that you followed and see if it is exactly the same as what is in the pre-engineering and that you were very successful as well.
Yeah, once we get those documents, I'll be able to give you a better idea as to whether we can or not.
Okay. So, and this follows with all the other courses too, okay? If there's any course you are looking for an exemption from, all you need to do is, just like what the Deputy Dean has said, okay, give us an evidence of what you have done and of course, the grade, and then we'll send it to the particular lecturer who will examine it and make sure you have achieved all the learning objectives, okay? That is similar to what we are offering. Then at that point, to be exempted from that particular course, okay? Thank you. So, any other questions? If not, can we go to Ms. Bitan? Sorry.
Yeah, Megan has provided the link to the academic advising form in the chat. So you can download the link, the academic advising form from there and fill it out and submit, sign and submit.
Okay, very good. Okay, can we go to Ms. Butan now, please?
Hi, everyone. Good morning again. So I usually teach the engineering math 1, 2, and engineering statistics at the undergraduate level. Now, this pre-engineering program has been in existence for the past, well, it actually was taught last year. So I taught the pre-engineering math 1 and 2. Now, this academic year coming from 2021-2022, it's going to be done in 3 courses as opposed to 2 courses. Now, what I usually do, because a lot of students don't have access to my learning at the very beginning of the semester, I tend to, let me just see if I can share my screen very quickly. All right, just give me a second. Let me see if I could, I'm trying to see if I could share my, okay, so I'll see the desktop. All right, so you're seeing the site. Prof, are you seeing it? ENGR 0304. Right, so what I usually do, I have a Google site set up in a way that every single thing that we have been discussing in class, I will have on this website. Now, this is going to be available for you to use at any point in time. So I actually started to, edit for this academic semester. So my information is here, my email address. Now these sessions, these will have to be edited because the timetable is not in existence just yet. So I'll put the links for your class sessions in here. So when you have to use Blackboard Collaborate, that's the platform that we are using to be able to do the virtual classes, you can be able to access it here. All right, so you just click the link and it will direct you to Blackboard Collaborate so we can have our sessions. Now, all lectures will be held online. we should have this semester, it is going to be 4 hours of lectures and 2 hours of tutorials. Now you will have a tutor that will have a 2-hour session with you guys on a weekly basis. Now that tutor is going to be basically supporting what I'm doing in my class sessions. So I'm going to have all my lectures. Now what I usually do with my classes, particularly, I like to have a lot of questions in my lecture notes themselves. Right, so you'll notice that when I do my lectures, I will explain a topic fully. I will do a lot of questions, and then with respect to the tutor and the problem sets that I'll give the tutor to do with you guys, there will be a lot more questions, right? Now, I actually started prepping those recently, so I don't have them on the site just yet. Now, your course notes are going to be, well, they're actually on the site already. I have to do a little bit of editing because it's now 3 courses as opposed to 2. Right now, your online textbooks references are all here, as well as the topics that we are going to do on a weekly basis. Now, it may not fall into the exact weeks, but I will teach accordingly. All right, now I've taught the course before, so I am very pleased with the material, so it's not so bad. And also what I would do is I will put the lecture recordings after each class under this heading here. All right, so this is pre-engineering 1. And I also have another one for the second part of the course. Right, so we'll get here when we have class next semester. Right, so guys, just keep in mind that this course has been done before. It is building you to what you have knowledge of in terms of CSEC and CAPE, if you do have CAPE, that is, so building you up to undergraduate level. Now, this course is a very nice link between that. So it's just for you guys to work with me and for us to, to make sure that you understand the material, because I don't want you not understanding and then you get into undergraduate and then you struggle with the year 1 course, right? So any problems, please clear it up as soon as possible. I encourage you to, speak up and at least send me an email, talk in class, send, anything. Just a little feedback would be nice. But I look forward to working with you guys this upcoming semester and well, the upcoming semesters ahead. And I'm looking forward to it. All right, thanks guys. Prof, back to you.
Well, thanks a lot, Ms. Button. Okay, so students, you have heard from your lecturer. The good aspect of it is that Ms. Button also teaches level 1 in engineering itself. Okay, so she's a very good bridge between your CSEC and your level 1. Okay, to be able to bring you up to standard, so that by this time next year you'll now be looking at moving to your level 1. Okay, she teaches level 1 and I think also level 2, if I'm right.
Yes, level 2 as well.
Okay, very good. So it's continuous then. She will teach the pre-engineering and then level 1 and level 2. Okay, so that is very continuous, and that is a very nice one. Do you have any questions? Okay, I'm sure you're going to enjoy the mathematics. She has experience. She said last year all the students did very well. Yes, at least they worked hard. So I'm sure you're going to work hard and smart at the same time. Okay, so that you do well. But are there questions for her? Anything that is not clear? Clarification? Asking for exemption or anything? Any questions? Okay, I'm seeing everything is clear. Okay, so I don't know whether Mr. Palmer is here now. Mr. Palmer? Megan, was he invited?
Yes, he was invited. He got the
Was
link.
invited. Yeah?
He got the link.
Okay. Maybe can we phone him and find out what's happening? 1 minute, eh? Let me see whether I can get him on the phone. Oh, Mr. Buddha is here around. Mr. Buddha? So did you send the link to him? If I can send another one. Okay, check, okay? If not, we will send another link to you. Okay. Okay.
My link is also not working.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, you have a question?
Hi, good morning. My link is also not working.
Is it the link to the academic advice and form? I will email it to you guys.
Oh, okay, no problem. Thanks.
Mr. Buddha, Mr. Palmer will soon be joining, okay?
I just spoke to Mr. Buddha. He's in an urgent meeting with the ministry,
Okay.
so he can't. He may be able to attend after that.
Okay, no problem. I think because he's teaching this engineering internship, is it entrepreneurship or something?
Yes,
Entrepreneurship.
innovation and entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship, okay. No problem, we can talk to them later. But Mr. Palmer said he's joining, eh? I don't know. Did you send a link to him? It seems to be saying he didn't see it or something.
Is he still accessing his UE email?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Did he see the email of this morning?
Okay. But the contract has been renewed, so you should be able to access it.
So let me see all who are exciting to be here in pre-engineering. Let me see a thumbs up from all of those, from all of you. Okay. Daniel, Aidan, Brandon, Richard are excited to be here, excited to be to begin their certificate in pre-engineering. Great. And many others. Justin.
Please just give him some time. May send him the link again.
great to know that a lot of you are excited to be here, excited to begin your program. Just make sure that you do your best. You may have been a little disappointed in not getting directly into your engineering BSc, right? But it's always a new beginning and a new opportunity, and grasp this opportunity with both hands. Yes. Yes, Milan, Nikolai, Justin, everybody. Great. Yes, I'll try to put the recording up probably on the pre-engineering site so that you'll be able to access it later. But much of the information, if you have any issues, you can email Megan Alexander at the pre-engineering email address, and she will respond or get in touch with whoever you need to get in touch with.
Mr. Palmer, have you joined? Okay, please, let's just give him a minute, okay? He will soon join us. Mr. Palmer.
He's there.
Yeah, we should be using their Gmail addresses, okay? Hello, Megan.
Yes, Prof?
You should be using their email address, I mean the Gmail or non-UA email, okay?
For Mr. Palmer?
Yes, because once.
Yes, he's in, he just joined us.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yes, I think the link was sent to his email, his UE.
It was sent to the one, okay?
I sent it to his Gmail app.
Okay. Okay. So, Mr. Palmer. Hello, Mr. Palmer.
Yes, sir, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, very good, okay? So we have our pre-engineering students, okay?
Yes, sir.
They want to hear from you how the pre-engineering physics will be organized, okay?
Okay, no problem.
Up to them, yes. Hello. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, good morning. First, let me welcome all the students to the pre-engineering program, and in particular to the physics. For those of you who basically would have done Cape physics before, what you'll realize that basically is the content is not very different from what you'd have done at the Cape level. However, it's going to be a bit more intense, right? But in terms of content, it's not going to be entirely very different from what you'd have done at the CAPE level. Now, also for those of you who never did CAPE before, don't be frightened, because you will not necessarily be at a significant disadvantage, because I will basically try to do my utmost best to basically get you to understand the material. But of course, you have to understand that you have to do your part and you have to play your role as well, right? So if you did CAPE physics before, either unit 1 or unit 2 or even both, then you definitely are not likely to see anything significantly different from what you'd have covered in either unit of the CAPE syllabus. And at the same time, if you never did CAPE before, then you're not necessarily at a significant disadvantage, as the course is usually taught in such a way so that nobody gets left behind, right? You will also do some labs, around 4 or 5 labs. Of course, we know that we're still in the middle of a pandemic, and as such, face-to-face labs are not possible. So we basically try to do our best that we can do under the circumstances. So there will be labs where sessions that have been recorded to give you a feel of what would have taken place in the lab. And of course, what would be expected of you is to basically do your calculations, draw your graphs, and basically, formulate your lab reports and submit them and so on. So as I said, just to give you a brief idea of what to expect. But of course, obviously, you're all here because you want to get into engineering. And so, of course, you must work hard because, of course, engineering is very competitive. And in order to guarantee a place, of course, you have to try and get the best grades possible. So that's pretty much how I would basically sum it up. I guess if there were any questions, you feel free to ask.
Okay, very good. So are there any questions for Mr. Palmer? Students, any questions for him? So you're going to have pre-physics 1 and pre-physics 2. Okay, 2 of them, everybody has to do them. Because in engineering, we normally have math, physics, and chemistry. But chemistry is very important for chemical engineering. But math and physics is very important for all engineering programs. Okay? Good. Any questions from Mr. Palmer? Okay? Okay, very good, Mr. Palmer. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So the only course that we don't have the lecturer for is entrepreneurship and innovation. Okay? The lecturer is Mr. Budai, but he has another engagement at this time. He's also the manager of our engineering institute, so he knows a lot about innovation and about entrepreneurship. So on the first day of the lecture, he will give you the full details of how the course will be arranged. Okay? So I think the next thing is that you to realize that lectures will start September 5. Okay, after this week, the next one.
Yes, the 6th.
The 6th, okay, 6th. September the 6th. That's when lectures will start. And when we mean start, we really mean start, okay? Immediately. Okay? It's because we have to move fast. And you must realize that coming to the university, you want to cover as much as possible the A-level syllabus in 1 year. Okay? We're going to look at the ones that are very relevant to engineering, the content of the tape that is very relevant to engineering is what we're going to cover. But we have a year to do that, 3 semesters. Okay? First semester, second semester, then during the summer period, we go into the 3rd semester. Okay? To make sure we cover everything very well. And then get you ready for level 1 next year. Okay? So unless you have any questions, or do they need to introduce themselves? Since there are not so many.
Oh, there are 30 people on here, probably. Well,
Yeah.
20 something. You want 20 something persons individually?
I don't just say their name, their school, their expectation. Okay. One minute. Okay?
Yeah.
And it's not compulsory. Whoever wants to do that. Put on your mic, say your name, the school you are coming from, the expectations. Okay?
Yes, because we want a lot of interaction. When we have classes online, we find that a lot of interaction is not there. students may be a little shy, they hide behind the computer screen. So we want you to develop a lot of interaction in this kind of non-face-to-face format so that you get the most out of your program. Okay, so let's hear from you. Introduce yourself.
Hello.
Yes, Daniel.
Hi, my name is Daniel Sue, and I am coming from Marbella North Secondary School. I did Cape there, and I am very excited to do the pre-engineering course. As you said, a lot of us did not get into our to the undergraduate educator engineering course, but it is fine. Everyone has their own path.
Yes, exactly. Everybody has their own schedule, so don't think of it as a negative. It's a new opportunity for you to forge ahead. Your program should be standard, so click all the subjects, all the 4 subjects, and sign it and return that form. So, and then you can go on to register online.
Very good, okay? So any other student wants to speak?
Hello?
Yes, yeah, go on. Josh, please, stop.
Hello, my name is Josh Dale Weeks, and I come from Harrison College in Barbados. And I'm very excited to start pre-engineering.
Okay, very good, okay? Nice, Josh. Any other students?
Hi, good morning.
Hello, Charlie, Pastor.
My name is Justin Joseph, and I attended Hillview College. And I look forward to completing this pre-engineering course.
Very good. Thanks a lot, Justin. Shalan, yes, go on.
Yeah, my name is Shalan Junkie. I'm from St. Lucia. I attended Beaufort Comprehensive. I went to A-level there, and I'm very excited to start this program.
Very good, okay? I'm sure you're going to enjoy it, Shalan. Okay. Any other student wants to say something?
Hi, my name is Dina Gonzalez. I am what you may call a mature student. I left school quite many years ago. I work in electrical as we speak, and I'm really excited to further my education. It's never too late. I'm very excited. I'm a bit nervous because I have been out of school for a while, but I'm excited and I know I'll be well supported. So thank you.
Okay, very good, Dina, okay?
Yes, you will be well supported.
Yes, okay? We're going to do everything possible to support you, okay? So have no fear at all. We're going to do well. Okay? Very good.
Thank you, thank you.
Hello, Jonathan. Jonathan?
Oh, hello. Hi, good day. My name is Jonathan Maharaj. I came from Hillview College. That's why I did Cape. And I'm very happy to start pre-engineering this year and look forward to continuing.
Okay.
Very good, Jonathan, okay? So you do very well. Very good. Any other student wants to say something?
So most of you so far will have your standard requirement to do the 4 courses. So you just proceed, take those 4 courses, sign the form and submit, and proceed to select your courses online.
Okay, very good. Any other student wants to say something? Okay, who wants to be excited, just like the deputy dean has said, want our people to be excited. Okay, this is a new opportunity. Grab it very well and do very well so that you will be admitted into level 1. Okay, into the level 1. And many of you, I don't know whether you must have been informed, the school fees is 15,000. It used to be 22,500, but we have now cut it by 50% to help everyone to be able to afford it. Okay? If you can afford it, pay it immediately. I mean, when it's due, I think to 22nd or something of September. When is it due, October
I think 1st of October.
Okay?
Yes.
So, yeah, so if you can pay it then when it's due, but if not, you can pay monthly. Okay? The university system allows you to pay it gradually. Okay? So for this semester, it will be 7,500. So if you are paid it gradually, maybe you have to pay 2,500 every month, something like that. Okay?
Yes.
The budget will give you more information. Okay?
Yes. But when you go on to fee pay, you will see the total fee, because the 15,000 would be your tuition fee, and then you may have a couple of other fees, like for your ID card, for example, that will be added on. Okay.
Okay. And the budget will give you the full information on the fee payments. Okay. Okay. So if there are no other questions, are there any other questions?
Yes, I see someone asking about the form. We will try to check that, whether it can be downloaded or it was, all right. So Mr. Alexander said that it was emailed to everyone. So you should have it and be able to fill it out.
Okay. So we're going to send the timetable to you. Okay, Mega, can you tell them when they should expect the timetable?
By next week, Monday, I would lay to the lecturers to confirm all class sessions, and they should get it by Monday coming.
Okay, very good. Okay. So please, students, try and read your email, and you will get the timetable. And then the lecturers will also email your link, the link to the lectures. Okay? Please don't miss your lectures. Everything will be online. Don't miss them, okay? Very good. And they'll be recorded. Okay? They will also be recorded. But try and be in class. If you're in class, you'll be able to ask questions. Okay? You'll be able to interact with the lecturer one-on-one online. Okay? So you'll be able to ask your questions, make your comments. But if you just listen to the recorded one, you cannot ask questions at that time. Okay? So whatever you are doing, we suggest that you try as much as possible to try and attend the classes. Okay? So that you do very well. Okay? So that you do very well. Okay? Maybe does anybody have any other thing to add?
Prof, before you go, can I say this? What I usually do with the students is that, I usually make myself available for communicating with them via different methods. I usually send them emails. In the past, I've also created a WhatsApp group, so they also have access to me via WhatsApp. Because I know that, for instance, a lot of students are more inclined to check their WhatsApp message as opposed to checking email. So I basically try to use both forms of communication. So with this time, it's a much larger group of students. So can I just give them my number to have them message me so I could actually get in the process of actually creating the WhatsApp group, or is it better to email them?
Okay, students, answer for yourselves. What would be the best way? Mr. Palmer wants to have a WhatsApp group with you. What would be the best thing?
What I could do is I could actually just give them my email address and ask them to send me an email with the contact numbers, and I'll just start the process of actually adding them and creating the group, since it's probably going to take a longer time given that it's a larger number.
Okay. 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 So
my email address, let me just call it out. D Palmer. So that's DPalmer85@gmail.com.
Okay, so send him an email, and then he will put you in the WhatsApp group, because you young people, you're not like us who are a little old who prefer email. Okay, but you prefer WhatsApp, then he will be able to communicate with you a little better using WhatsApp. Okay, that's what he's saying. Okay, but in addition to WhatsApp, please also read your email. Okay, so that the lecturers will always give you the link to the classes. Okay?
And I would like to impress on all of them that they have to access their UE email as well. So no matter that you are accessing your WhatsApp and different contact mechanisms for your peers and your lecturers, you always have to check your formal UE email, because something important may be sent to you that you need to respond to. Right?
Okay.
Something they may be telling you something about your schedule, whether you're still financially cleared, some important piece of information. So always check your UE email.
Okay. So you see what the deputy dean has said, okay? Always check your UE email. For instance, the exam timetable and all that, you can say you were not informed. No, it was sent by email, okay? And that will be the official email. And whenever you are communicating with your lecturers, also use the official email, okay? That is the rule in the university. Okay, very good. Any other announcements, questions, anything? If not, we say thanks a lot to our staff, our deputy dean, our program secretary, our lecturers, okay, who are here, okay, and our students, of course. Of that, who shouldn't have had any gathering, okay? So it's you you are the most important. And we hope that you're going to do well. Okay, we're here to support you. Okay, in case you have any problems, as I said, your first line of contact should be your lecturers and the program secretary. Okay, if anything then goes wrong, the deputy dean is around, or I'm also around. Okay, all of us are around to make sure that you do very well. And when you do very well, then you succeed. And we are also, who will also succeed at the same time. Okay? So if you do very well, then we're also going to be very happy. Okay? So we wish you the best. Okay? In your studies and your life generally. Okay, bye everyone. Bye.
Bye. Welcome.
Bye.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Bye. Bye everyone.
Hey guys.
Bye. Bye.